Welcome back to part 2 of my 6G white paper walkthrough at Urban Odyssey. Thanks for joining me. I hope everybody enjoyed the first part of it. Let's get into part 2 now. Alright, so we are back with part 2. This is going to be the second section of the white paper. Do note the black, that's just to keep me kind of in the right section so that I don't get all messed up in reading. So the version that's available for download is obviously clear of all the highlights and whatnot, so you can do what you wish to those. But just to keep me on track, we're going to pick up where we left off, and that was with part 2, use cases. So this section is going to be talking about the use cases of the 6G future networking. And so I'll just go ahead and get right into it. Some sections that I've highlighted in yellow, those will be the sections that I'm going to read. Some of them I will read in brief that are not highlighted, and some I will just kind of skim through or skip over. And you can feel free to pause and read those, but everybody is encouraged once again to head back over to here. Let you see that real quick. Head back over to my Substack where you can download everything, and that link will be in the description. What we're going to be referencing is this right here, the Synergy Handbook. You can download that, and this document is right at the beginning of section 3, the white paper section. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get back into it. Use cases, section 2. The lessons learned from the continued evolution of 5G systems will serve as the backdrop for use cases that will be best served by 6G. 5G first introduced the targeted use cases of enhanced mobile broadband, EMBB, ultra-reliable low-latency communication, URLLC, and massive machine-type communication, MMTC, intended to serve a wide variety of applications. However, as noted in Section 1, there exists a plethora of applications for which the 5G KPIs are not strict enough. As we come to realize the performance trade-offs in terms of throughput, latency, coverage, energy efficiency, and reliability associated with 5G systems, we can better posit the application that would benefit the most from 6G. As shown in Figure 2, the following we will present a variety of critical use cases that will be enabled by 5G. So the first of which that it lists, multi-sensory holographic teleportation. While virtual reality and augmented reality have immensely benefited from EMBB and URLLC introduced as part of 5G, there are as many applications such as advanced healthcare, including more remote diagnosis and surgery, high-resolution sensing for remote exploration, and near real-person video conferencing that cannot be adequately served by a combination of AR and VR. To this end, holographic teleportation has been recognized as the natural successor to AR and VR-based solutions. Unlike existing solutions, holographic teleportation in a true three-dimensional space and leverages all 5 senses, sight, hearing, touch, and smell, and taste, to provide a truly immersive experience. At the same time, we note that holographic teleportation requires data rates close to 5 terabytes per second and an end-to-end latency of less than 1 millisecond, both of which are impossible to achieve with 5G systems. Thus, 6G with its expected terabyte per second level throughput and sub-millisecond latencies, will play a vital role in building upon groundwork established by EMBB and URLLC. And it gives us figure 2, which I previously referenced, which is a nice graphic of all the different things that they basically plan to use this for. Remote healthcare, which means wireless drug delivery, which means telemetry data being pulled on your body. Smart environments, but it's a little misleading because it doesn't let you know that that is not smart like intelligent. What that actually is an acronym. SMART is and always has been an acronym, and people should recognize it as such. SMART, Surveillance, Monitoring, and Reporting Technologies. Surveillance, Monitoring, and Reporting Technologies. SMART. Holographic Teleportation, Precision Agriculture, Autonomous Vehicles, Space Connectivity, S.M.A.R.T Infrastructure, and UAVs. Another use case it lists, we're on part B now, real-time remote healthcare. The success of remote healthcare solutions primarily depends on both the quality as well as the availability of connectivity. Concerning the former, we note that through its use of key enabling technologies such as terahertz band communications and network automation solutions, 6G will usher in the highest possibility wireless communications quality, focusing on a very high throughput augmented with ultra low latency. Concerning the latter, the Internet of Space Things will play a vital role in providing pervasive connectivity, thus enhancing the availability of rural healthcare solutions. Further, we expect that within the domain of healthcare, advances in 6G and beyond will not only serve as a connectivity solution, but will also play a vital role in the diagnosis and treatment of diseases detailed in Section 11B. C, another one, I'm not going to go through all the ways, autonomous cyber physical systems. Autonomous vehicles and UAVs are some of the most promising cyber physical systems in existence today. I will link in the description. I also heavily suggest you check out the unmanned futures video I did about a week ago, because that covers a lot of this. Basically, by 2035, there's going to be drone policing, robot policing, and this is something that they're in the EU, at least Europol, saying that is needed to address AI and how it is going to change the world. D, intelligent industrial automation. Over the past few years, Industry 4.0 has been the driving force behind industrial automation based on the concepts of supply chain optimization, autonomous equipment, additive manufacturing, data analytics, and the Internet of Things. Yet these concepts are treated as silos working in isolation, limiting the true potential of industrial automation. On the other hand, the upcoming Industry X.0 paradigm seeks to realize synergies between various nuances of industrial automation through its use of artificial intelligence. Essentially, we're going to automate and put everything onto the 6G program. It is kind of what I'm reading from this. High performance precision agriculture. Basically, we've seen that get started with Monsanto. You know, you're not allowed to save your seeds because those are proprietary items. This is the terahertz band, which is actually going to be the next section that I do. It will be the next section, so that's why that's blacked out for now. That will be in the next video. So, precision agriculture, modifying genes of farm crops, Monsanto style stuff, spraying crops with pesticides, and the pesticides are actually just smart dust, because then it gets into the crops and that becomes programmable matter. Space connectivity. While near Earth and deep space connectivity are still nascent within 5G, there are a wide variety of uses ranging from radio astronomy and remote sensing to navigation and backhauling that would stand to benefit from the pervasive connectivity offered by 6G. More specifically, such applications include freight tracking, terrestrial cellular offloading, environmental monitoring, long-range UAV coordination, to name a few. To this end, the Internet of Space Things, as described in Section 9, will serve as the key enabling technology for beyond Earth connectivity, furthering the reach of 6G systems. Smart infrastructure and environments, remember? Surveillance, monitoring, and reporting technology, infrastructure, and environments. And after that, that's actually just the end of the section. So this is going to be a very short video. And that'll be it for this one. The reason I'm not going to go into the next section is because the next section is much longer, and it has to do with a very important topic, that being terahertz radiation. So finally, to cap it off, the final use case that it lists is smart infrastructure, smart cities, basically what we've heard a little bit about. And after I read this, I will go ahead and cap it off for you with a video. So the use cases discussed thus far primarily deal with the use of third-party systems that seek to leverage advanced telecommunications infrastructure. Simultaneously, the evolution of such infrastructure itself is an important use case. Going forward, or going beyond network optimization strategies, there is also a need for exercising control over the propagation of wireless signals. To this end, we note that in 5G and its predecessor systems, the wireless communication environment has always played a massive role. However, with the ever-increasing demand for data, as evidenced by the applications presented herein, control over the manner in which electromagnetic waves interact with the indoor and outdoor environment will be critical to the success of 6G, which tells you a whole lot, actually. I'll read that again. With the increasing demand for data, as evidenced by the applications presented herein, control over the manner in which electromagnetic waves interact with the indoor and outdoor environment will be critical to the success of 6G. That means weather modification, weather control, cloud seeding, etc. And this is all based on the programmable manner, the fact that they need to control the environment, because if you control the environment, the logic, at least the way I understand it so far, is that if you control the environment in this way, and the smart dust gets into everything, then the environment itself, becomes totally under your control. Let's see. In this direction, we posit that intelligent communication environments described in Section 4 will play a leading role in the ubiquity and pervasiveness. I keep using that word, pervasiveness, of the next generation of wireless systems. So, now that we have covered that, what I would like to do is I would like to go ahead and give you a little clip about smart cities and the C40 Climate Accord.
Such a caste system will not be implementable until they can force humanity into 15-minute so-called smart cities.
The C40 Cities Climate Leadership Group, yeah, it's really a thing, is a global network of nearly 100 mayors of the world's leading cities that are united in action to confront the climate crisis. We're in a crisis. It gets so hot and so cold that people are dying. Grandma is dying. Founded in 2005, C40 is a nonprofit organization that supports cities in developing and implementing bold climate action plans that reduce greenhouse gas emissions and climate risks. Well, leave it to the cities. Put everybody in one place and pollute it there instead of out, on farmland, because that belongs to the government, doesn't it? Well, at least Bill Gates seems to think so. There are key objectives to this whole C40 city idea, or smart cities. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions. C40 helps cities develop and implement ambitious climate action plans that reduce emissions from transportation, buildings, energy, and waste. Put it all in one spot so we can pollute there instead of in the country. Building climate resilience is a focus. C40 supports cities in preparing for and adopting to the impacts of climate change.
Just a quick note, guys. This is a clip from my good friend Pastor James Carner. So if you haven't, please go and give him a follow. He's a really good friend of mine, and he deserves it. His content, he does a show every night, and it's always something interesting. So if you haven't, please go and give him a follow.
Such as extreme weather events and rising sea levels. But they continue to sell condos for 40-year loans on the beaches of Florida. Wow. Those sea levels sure seem to be rising, don't they? Improving urban health and well-being, C40 promotes climate action that benefits the health and well-being of urban residents, such as improving air quality in a city and increasing access to green spaces. We're going to give you a space, like in New York, a little space for you to appreciate nature. But you can't go outside the city. No. You see, you're a pollutant. And the rules are, in order to fight this climate change, to lower Earth's temperature by 2 degrees, we have got to shit in one place. And that's going to do it. Driving economic growth is a must. C40 helps cities transition to low-carbon economies that create jobs and improve livelihoods. Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but you're all made out of carbon. And carbon's got to go. That's the depopulation agenda that's been on, I don't know, since probably after World War II. Especially after the baby boom when our soldiers came home. You know what happened. C40 Cities is a global network of cities committed to addressing climate change. It provides a platform for cities to share knowledge, best practices, and resources, and to collaborate on innovative solutions to climate crisis. We're in a crisis. We know this because when you walk outside and there's forest fires everywhere, you just can't breathe. Gee, do you think it's the heavy metals that they're spraying in the atmosphere that's in our soil, in our trees, and, I don't know, light them up like Roman candles? You see, I don't know if you guys knew this, but heavy metals, they light on fire. Yeah. And all of these forest fires are proof that it's not just raking the forests. That's not it. You see, they've been spraying us since 1995, according to a climate deal to combat global warming. The United Nations came together and said, we have got to pollute the air with metals like, I don't know, strontium. Hey, how about barium? Good one. And aluminum. Well, is that going to hurt, I don't know, the animals and the plants? Well, maybe temporarily, till we can get this whole Earth heating thing calmed down. And a couple of tra-la-la.